I'm getting ready. Right here, boys.
Here we go.
Let's get loud, let's get loud. Turn the music up, let's do it. Come on, people, let's get loud, let's get loud. Turn the music up to hear that sound. Let's get loud, let's get loud. Ain't nobody gotta tell you what you gotta do. If you wanna live your life, live it all the way and don't you waste it. Every feeling, every beat can be so very sweet. You gotta taste it. You gotta do it. You gotta prove it. Come on, you know what we're here for. Do it. Prove it. Let's the party, make it hot. Dance, don't never stop, whatever rhythm. Every minute, every day, take them all the way. You gotta live 'em. 'Cause I'ma live my life.
I'm gonna live my life.
You gotta do it. You gotta prove it. Do it.
Right here, boys.
Prove it. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Turn the music up to hear that sound. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Ain't nobody gotta tell you what you gotta do. No, no.
I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it's as simple as that. This is simple as that, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on. Pump it up. Life is meant to be big fun and not hurting anyone,
Boys.
nobody losing.
What a song, Jack. I'm telling you.
The music make you free, be what you wanna be, make
What else can I say, boys? What else? What you gotta do, ladies and gentlemen? I'm fat, so I can barely breathe right now. I gotta burn that shit off, dog. Today, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we got motherfucking blackout. It's gonna be crazy. I'm a bit fat, lads. I'm a bit fat. So, lads, let's watch the trailer so I can take a break. A nice long break. I'm gonna watch this absolutely gorgeous trailer for the boys out here. I'm very excited. And they're playing some zombie stuff right now, boys. They are playing some zombie stuff right now. And it's looking good. It's looking absolutely good, boys. I can't breathe, lads. In the meantime, let's watch some Fortnite. Ow! And that's gonna be it, boys. So, some good Fortnite there. And let's head back to the chat, lads. I'm very excited, boys. Number one Boogie Down winner, dude. I'm telling you, y'all saw me. Y'all saw me. I'm ready for this, lads. I'm very excited to see what Blackout is going to be bringing up for the boys. It's going to be a huge game. We have the beta chat right here. Let me pop this out. Look how dead this chat is, boys. Can we... This room is in slow mode. Okay. Okay, boys. So, rip the dead chat, boys. We're about a minute in. Goggles on, remember, ladies and gentlemen. Get the goggles on. We're about to enjoy this. We're about to take this, boys, and take it to the fullest extent. And here we go. If you want to go on Twitch chat, boys, to be on stream, go on the Twitch chat. I got donos out. If you want to join the Discord, don't join JC Backfire's Discord, dogs. Don't join JC Backfire's Discord, boys. It's as easy as that. It's as simple as that. Is that man hyperventilating? I don't know what you're talking about, dog. I'm a perfectly fit human being. No idea what you're talking about. 15 seconds, boys. Let's get this started. Let's go. I'm very excited. 8-7. It's not even gonna start. It's not even, boys. It's not even gonna start. It's not even gonna start, boys. Here we go. We got a trailer. Oh no, it's the Treyarch trailer. It's the Treyarch trailer. Okay, we got it on full volume. Here we go, boys. COD, C Omega Lol D, boys. Way to start it strong, Treyarch. Way to start it strong. I'm very excited. Treyarch, boys. Here we go, lads. Way to start it strong. It's a good trailer. Treyarch does have a good. They even have a trailer for the studio. Okay, lads. Oh, we got another one. Oh yeah, it's the Blackout. Approaching the drops, boys. It's the jets. Those jets are wobbly, lads. They are not people.
Locked and loaded.
I'm very excited. Tell you, boys.
Good to go.
Good to go.
Lighting them up.
Welcome to the party. Hey, brother, don't know, lads. Mad lad. Oh, sorry. Hey, about what I said last stream, dog. It's all good. Yo, don't even worry about it, dude. Don't even worry about it, dude. This game does look good, boys. Boys, the saddest thing. Wood shoots Mason again. Dude, I'm about to cry from that, dude. Good to. Boys, I'm about to cry right now, dog. I'm about to cry.
Collapse expected. Evac to
Dude, it's actually such a good song. Boys, I looked up this song in Deadpool 2. I don't know how any of you boys thought of this song, dog. Like, this doesn't even sound remotely close to the one in Deadpool 2. Here we go, boys. Let's start it up, lads. Let's see the real details here.
access to the Blackout beta.
That's what I like to see, boys. That's what I like to see. And now the stream's dead. Oh, never mind. Good old John!
And welcome to Treyarch.
Good morning,
I'm
lad.
John Raffis.
Whoa, look
and
at the
today
statues
we're
they got
coming
in
to
the
you
back!
live from Santa Monica to talk to you
Oh,
about
shit!
Blackout. This week we began rolling out more information about the Blackout mode.
That's definitely Bundel's arm.
Actually, we're able to see it in the October cover of Game Informer, which you can check out and get more details about at GameInformer.com or at your local GameStop. And we rolled out our exclusive world premiere trailer of Blackout yesterday. And it's gotten people talking because the beta starts on Monday. To talk all about the beta and what is in store, I have with me Dan Bunting, co-studio head.
I thought it was Bundel, boys. Oh, sorry. He's kind of...
Where's David?
He's kind of covering my webcam.
Hold on.
But
I'm getting word David is on his way. David's coming in. Wait.
No, dog.
There he is.
No, end the stream.
David is
End
dropping
the
in.
stream.
David is dropping into the stream.
No,
All
end
right.
the
And
stream,
ladies and gentlemen,
dogs.
there he is.
Oh my
It's always
god.
worth making a great
time.
Dog,
This is not
end
fun.
the stream.
It's not even the party I was
End
promised.
the stream,
I told
dogs.
you we were dropping raid, not firing rage. Come on.
I never pay attention to you anyway.
There we
That's
go.
fucking
Gentlemen, welcome
funny,
to the stream. Let's dive in and talk Blackout. Let's kind of start
Man, there's
higher
a
level
lot
and
of
kind of
stuff in the
talk
back.
game philosophy.
How high?
No, high enough.
Once you find the fun, you sort of takes that meandering course until you
Okay, boys, we're back.
that we see today.
We didn't really miss much. Don't worry, boys. Don't worry. We didn't miss much.
Very long road over the last.
We got a bunch of resident
2
sleepers in
years,
chat. Don't even
it's
worry.
been an
Okay,
evolution
we're back,
of
boys.
some of the early ideas.
We're back.
And of course, the concept of Battle Royale took the world by storm early last year. As an
Fortnite,
evolution of even
boys.
some community mods that had been built
Fortnite, boys.
in lots of games, and I think that it's that's where we are today.
So,
That was good.
Sorry, I forget to punctuate my sentences sometimes. I just kind of keep rambling.
Big Brother don't know. Did you see Rick Toff at
talked about
3.0?
the
Yes,
process of,
last gen.
finding
I
the
saw
fun.
him.
But whenever you take a look at what the studio has developed in the past, like going Battle Royale, going to Blackout is something new. So tell us a little bit about that development process. What was that road like for you? What was it like for the studio?
I had to assemble a team.
Since I hogged all the air, I'll let you. I'll take that one.
I'm gonna go with the answer this long exactly. This was we had to put a team together to do it.
Holy shit!
And
No
not
way.
just inside this building, also with our partners at Raven, who you can't make this size of world without their help. That was the hard bit. Was this particular individual? It's a very large studio, so that particular group of people had not necessarily worked together yet, and there's new people involved. And that was probably the most important thing, at least in the earliest days, to get right. That's what I was thinking about a lot. How do you galvanize? But then this is Treyarch, so they self-galvanize pretty quickly as soon as you just put the carrot out there. So that the development process, we had to sort it out, right? There are things that you could run, and there are a lot of things that you would do when we make games that would work really well, and there are things that we would do historically that didn't work out so well, and like the map evolution itself, right? Those are very, very controlled designs, both multiplayer and zombie maps, and almost everything we've made is very bespoke, for lack of a better word, very unique. And in Blackout, you had to kind of figure out how to zoom out and paint at a higher level, so that it's just like you just have these ingrained things from 10 plus years, of making Black Ops games. So while we draw on our heritage and we find and follow the fun from our history, you also could not necessarily use the same exact development and design processes to get there.
I think, another thing that's I think is really an interesting point to kind of just piggyback on what you're saying is that putting a team like this together merged people with a lot of different experiences and backgrounds that maybe haven't worked together in the past, and you saw people with a long history of multiplayer experience that combined with people with a long history of narrative campaign experience, and putting those people together kind of brings out
Piece of cake.
brings out kind of all new flavors, if you will, in the kind of game that you're making and the kind of game that comes out the other side of that.
Sure. All right.
The
so
simple
beta
answer,
starts
Fortnite.
on Monday,
That was the simple
exclusively
answer.
on PS4. It opens up to Xbox One on 9/14. Open for all on PC 9/15. Wraps on 9/17. Immediately following today's stream,
Oh,
we will
Von, I was
have
not happy about that.
our own Black Ops or Blackout field guide up on Treyarch.com. But we wanted to.
Black Ops, Blackout.
Well, no, I Blackout field guide. Okay, it's just
Checking.
Yikes!
so.
It'll be fine.
Let's kind of give a preview of that and what is to come on Monday.
Sure.
Let's kind of talk about Blackout. How do you play this game?
So the
you don't
generalized
know
game loop
Chess
goes something
Lore?
like
My
this.
name,
First,
by the way, love
you
you
start the
like
game,
so, man.
and you're not actually playing yet. You're trying to get to what'll be 80 players right off the bat, and then we'll go from there. Once enough players are on, so you'll actually kind of wingsuit into the world just to kind of get your mind around things. You can run around, you can
No
actually pick
shit,
stuff up,
Boner.
you can actually interact with most objects in the world. You can practice effectively, kind of understanding the mechanics of that world. And then when you get close to 80 people, the game will start. You infill into this big world via a transport helicopter. So you'll wingsuit, and then when you get close to
Just
the
like
ground,
in the
you'll
beginning of the
actually
trailer.
parachute.
Yep.
There, you loot and scavenge, and you gear up as fast as you can as we collapse all the players together slowly. And then the last man or team or woman, last woman or man or team, you know what I mean, standing is the winner. That's the whoosh, fast version.
So if we were to
Yes.
break down that game loop, let's kind of move to pregame a little
guy?
bit. What does that experience look like?
Yeah, we actually call it, we gave it a great name recently based on some of the
At
stuff that we're
Blackout
talking about.
Stream, go
So
back
drop
to
zone?
Ninja.
No, the drop zone is a terrible name. So you go into the
Years
deployment.
we've worked together, I try.
We go into the deployment area, and Dan, when you wings into the deployment area, what do you like to do?
I like to, actually, it depends on if I'm with a squad of people I know. If I'm with a squad of people I know, typically the first thing we're gonna do is pop that map open and decide where we're gonna drop,
Right.
where we're dropping.
Damn.
But
crazy,
I also
dog.
like to mess around and just kind of practice things. So if I want to try out certain weapons, sniper rifles, for example, and figure out how do you master sniper rifles at different ranges in the game? It's a good place to do that. I've had some just kind of silly fun with people. I was playing catch with the combat axe with somebody.
Nice.
They were just trying to throw at each other, and then they catch it, throw it back. And
The other day it was Alex, Mr. Conserva. What's up, Alex? Myself, and it was Mr. Ben Brinkman. All three of us were together, and these are all folks who we work very closely with on this. We stole a helicopter to go find another helicopter, to go find another helicopter, and then we got Mr. Gordon. So then there was 4, and then we went helicopter racing. So there's like a whole thing that can go on before the game even starts. But realistically, the games fill up fast, and you're not going to have time for any of that shenanigans. That's
because you're not going to die in that early pre-match stage. You're not going to die, so you're going to run around. But all the weapons are available, all the vehicles are available. It's a great time to mess around, have fun, or try out all the different content that we have.
Well, so you guys just mentioned sort of like tinkering with some weapons and sniper rifles. You talked about vehicles. We reached out on Twitter for people that had some questions coming into today. CSN_D3FT just making it simple. Will vehicles run out of fuel, and will they all have different amounts of armor or bullets to destroy a vehicle?
So the ATV, the cargo truck, the mini raft boat, trying to use the approved names, and then the helicopter.
What are they called, David?
What are they called? We've been calling them by their dev names for so long, and it's hard for me to not call them by what I know them as. They all have different health, so they all have strengths and weaknesses, but none of them, they have unlimited fuel, right? The map closes pretty fast enough where
but that makes
fuel
sense,
is a resource in a map that size. Didn't really make sense.
I feel
there's
that
not necessarily enough of them to justify the mechanic of fuel. I mean, there's like 80 vehicles, but like, it's just not. Doesn't make sense in a world this size. Like,
it's also a good opportunity to talk about the way that these different, the vehicles all move at different speeds.
Yeah.
The big truck is slow moving, and it's kind of this big behemoth that just crashes and wrecks stuff really slowly.
So many good circle fights with the cargo truck.
But I think people saw from the trailer, a lot of fans were asking,
moving platform.
How does it work? And there's a moving platform. You're not in fixed positions. You can stand, crouch, prone. You can move around.
That's true of both the boat and the truck, and then the actual ATV and the helicopter. Both of those have fixed seating positions, but you have a really wide range of motion in both. You're not leaning out windows and such.
Okay. All right, so whenever you're trying to shoot your opponents, is Total Sickness 22, whose Twitter handle is immediately much easier to pronounce, is there going to be bullet drop on sniper rifles, or is it just going to be bullet leading?
Full ballistic simulation. So you want to explain the differences and how we think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's complex math by an engineer who likes to do math.
Trevor Walker, such good stuff, man.
But it really takes into account the weight of the bullet, the caliber of the bullet, the length of the barrel, muzzle velocity.
So it actually is going to have like bullet time,
and then how much it does. And you really need to shoot the ones that shoot slower and lead more than you have. They don't drop. They drop, but they're not. Brutal.
Yeah, I mean, just the ranges you expect. If you're looking at it from an SMG to a sniper rifle, SMGs are very low caliber. The bullets are going to drop really quickly. So it forces you to use those the way that they're designed to be used.
And the damage and the ranges of the guns and all this. I mean, ammo plays a big part in Blackout. You actually have to get the ammo. The ammo you have will determine.
Yeah, there's like 8 ammos or something. That's ridiculous.
So ammo and the relationship to its speed, its ballistics, all that stuff it's modeled. I mean, it's still a video game, so it's not a full-on simulation by any means. We have to have fun.
Snipers are obviously higher caliber, so they're going to move a lot faster through space and straighter. But it's a little bit, I would say it's less about the bullet drop on those and more about the travel time. Mm-hmm. So you really, if you're trying to hit a moving target, you're going to have to lead them more, not necessarily aim up unless they're halfway across.
So there's a couple different things to help you out though, because being shot over long ranges can be brutal. So you still do the very multiplayer Call of Duty way of indicating which direction being shot from, and the weapons have a full tracer set, so you can actually watch and learn. With the tracers. The tracers was a big thing, thanks to Moffat and all the people who worked on that inside the building.
Honestly, I didn't notice anything different in MP.
Nosfi wants to know how long will a blackout match take? 10 to 20, 30, 40? What's the general ETA?
It's 25, pretty much. If you go all the way to
interesting.
the end, it could be 25, 30 minutes tops.
That's
I think
pretty
it's
long.
pretty quick, relatively speaking. I mean, twice as long, 3 times as long as a multiplayer match, but
That's pretty long, though.
but then compared to playing through zombies levels, right? So it's all relative.
We have some ideas for how we might modify them in sort of events to kind of tweak the rule sets to make it play faster or slower.
In fact, I can't wait because during the beta period, I think we're going to do a day specifically about trying to work with all the community people and go, okay, let's try it faster today. Let's try it slower.
Oh, interesting.
What does it feel like? Does it feel better? I'm happy with where we are. I think where we are is a great baseline to start from, but it is just the baseline to start from. It is not by any means where it has to end. So we'll play with that.
It's Call of Duty, so it's paced in a way that brings the spirit of a more slower, more tactical, more strategic kind of gameplay, but also keeps a little bit of that Call of Duty flavor in there in terms of the pace. A little faster.
It's a little faster.
If you guys could, from a development perspective, touch on some of the emergent gameplay scenarios that you've seen during development.
Consumables,
how
boys.
does Blackout lend
Consumables.
itself well to kind of the idea of an individual storytelling and their own unique experience?
So, I mean, people have already discovered to the point where we're actually already, we put it in the trailer with the cargo truck grabbing a supply drop. I mean, I didn't even know we could do that until the video.
That's
video
wrong.
happened.
You totally knew.
No,
It was all, you planned it.
I wish I could tell you that. I mean, sensor darts into RC cars. I mean, there's all sorts of weird combinations of things that, would happen in a normal game, and you'd be like, that's a bug, and we should fix that. And they happen in Blackout, and you're like, oh, that's awesome, right? So it took me a long time to kind of get in that mindset. Emergent storytelling, I think, is why we love playing Blackout, is because I get out of a game and I'm like, I can't wait to talk to somebody. I mean, Alex would just come to my office immediately and talk to me about it, like he does with everything. And then
Does he need to
I
leave
got
his
off the
office?
rails for a second. And then
What's going on over there, Trey?
and then, so my favorite though, my short favorite was I landed Nuketown Island solo hot, and I got scared, so I grabbed the helicopter and I bounced.
Yeah.
And then I didn't really know what was going on because I was only barely paying attention to where people were dropping or how many people were in the transport when I dropped. So I just stayed up in the sky until the cargo plane came through the map. And then I followed the cargo plane until it would drop the cargo, the supply drop, right? Like a care package, you guys know that. Land the helicopter, steal the stuff, get back up. Did it twice in a row, and then got down there and still died, of course.
Felt pretty good about yourself there for a while.
Bad
That was
luck,
clever, though.
Bad luck,
That was clever.
Brian.
I think it's
Yikes,
every game
boys.
is a different story.
2012
and,
meme.
I just last night, one of the last matches I was playing, I kind of strayed from my squad, which you really probably shouldn't do in this mode,
Which you
I
always
was
do.
I was vacuuming up all of the loot, and then I got caught outside by a squad that was rolling in one of those cargo trucks with a sensor dart on it. So it was basically this mobile detection unit. They were acting like this mob, just rolling through the map and jumping out and taking people out as they went along. And I got surrounded. They literally, all three of them jumped out instantly and destroyed me right off the bat.
I mean, small stuff matters. Like, you're not thinking about maybe flashbangs and this kind of thing. And I mean, I've been wiped by somebody with the flashbang, and I wasn't set up to protect against that, and went out second. So it's like, just even the small things. Like, I think it's kind of breathed a lot of new life into a lot of the gameplay content because of the application of the world. I mean, having one life to live
that's what I
changes a
heard from
lot
a
of
lot
things.
of
If you
other
can
interviews.
constantly respawn, you might, I'm not gonna say you're careless, but you might not necessarily, you're not gonna camp, you're not gonna roll slow, right?
I might try.
In multiplayer, probably you would, but it just, even small things
Oh, it's
creates
so
interesting
funny.
emergence. I'm like, man, I can't
It's so
remember the last
funny
time I
that-
got flashed and put down and lost the match because of it, right? So it's all over the spectrum, and it's going to take forever to figure out how to tune it.
There was, but I think the point of it is that it's a sandbox, and we're not designing the stories for people to create. We're giving them all the tools to create their own stories. There was another story, I think, that I love, just seeing the emergent kind of strategy that comes into play.
Boys, they have zombie
my
comics
squad
on the
was rolling
desk. I
through
just saw
as the circle
that.
was collapsing on us, and there was a helicopter flying overhead. And we're like, well, let's stay under the trees for cover. But the helicopter only had one pilot. There was so we're like, oh, either he's by himself or his squad somewhere else. And what he was doing was scouting. So he was flying around scouting targets for the rest of his crew to come in and mop up down on the ground level, which I thought was pretty clever.
Well, let's talk about sort of gameplay
I
strategies,
saw
because
it,
I know that we can
too.
play as solos, duos, quads. I mean, it sounds like the more you
Oh.
can team up, the better your chances are
That
going
big transition.
To each their own, right?
to each their
Look, I think squads will probably start as the featured playlist. The game's a team game. It's always been a team game. We make team games. But there's a lot of lone wolves, and lone wolves are going to have a great time in solo. And I've even had a great time, and have had some great success being randomly matched with other players. So by default, fill team will be on. So when you're in duos or quads, the fill team button will be highlighted. That means if
No,
you
those
go in
are
there with
blackout
one player
icons,
in
not
duos
zombies.
or obviously less than 4 in quads, the game will try to take someone in the game and put them in your party or with you. That doesn't always happen, of course, because if you're in quads, a lot of people are playing with 4 players. And of course, the whole solo duo quads, I mean, we could do triplets
I don't
or
like
fives, and
quads,
we'll try
man.
different
Just
things
say
over the event weekend.
squads.
But again, like I said, base foundational stuff is key to the beta and launch, so we really focus in on that stuff. And then, it's at that point, with some minor tweaks, it's like easy to try various combinations. I'd like to try 5-on-5. I want to try large scale. I mean, Blackout's evolving. I mean, I wish it was done, but it will never be done.
So once you fill team, you deploy.
Yeah, you hit the deploy button. It's called deploy. Then you deploy into the holding zone, staging area. But not
Drop zone.
not whatever you called it.
DMZ.
Yeah.
All right, and so that's the full-on wingsuit parachute.
Yeah. After you deploy.
is going
yes.
on
Oh, we went
with
back
this
to the loop, and we're talking about. I don't know. We went over
I
here.
can
for
see
a while,
their
I got
brain
lost.
cells failing.
You actually wingsuit into the staging area in the beginning.
Yeah.
So you get the first
Just the last bits of it.
experience of wingsuiting in, but it's just for fun. That area is waiting, trying to fill up the game.
Transport
then
copter.
Transport helicopters come in.
Right, full-on convoy, I don't know, of things, and you're flying over, and then you decide where to drop, right? And then wingsuiting is a pretty simple experience. I mean, in general, we have it set up in Tune right now where you can kind of mostly point towards where you want to go. You cannot make it exactly across the whole map, but you can get pretty far. And then if you really want to get further, you actually dive. You take the wingsuit and you dive, point your head towards the earth and get the maximum amount of meters per second that you can. Then you pull out of that, and then because you're wingsuiting, you're a wing. If you're a wing, then you can fly. So that's how you would, pro players, go ahead and practice the dive, momentum speed, flat leveling, and then you're going to soar. But if you're just sort of getting familiar with these games, pick something you can see within maybe 2 or 3 blocks of where your helicopter is going over, and then just point towards
Lads,
it.
show us the gameplay,
You deploy
dog.
pretty fast, right? It's again Call of Duty and a wingsuit.
There's a meter to the right on your HUD that has arrows that show how fast you're dropping down.
Yeah.
So if you get
This is-
to top speed going down, it'll show 3 arrows. It'll go from 1, 2, and 3. That's the point where you can pull up and flat, and you'll just get a lot more distance that way because you're at top speed. You can actually go up as well since it's a wingsuit. So you can, if you're going
So
top
it's
speed, you can
effectively
pull
air
up,
braking and
it's like an
stall.
air brake. So say you're just almost to the destination, but you're going to land on the ground. You'd rather hit the roof because there's other parachuters down below you. You can pull up and land on the roof.
So that's
there's a lot of cool.
Yeah, the parachute
tips.
will deploy. You'll actually see where you are on the meter he's talking about on your HUD, relevant to where the parachute will deploy. And you can't control the parachute. The parachute is simply to keep you from pancaking into the earth. Once you're deployed officially, the parachute gets cut away, but you still have your wingsuit. And then you can reuse your wingsuit for what we call base jumping. So if, say, you're at the top of the
Boys.
dam, you saw that in the video.
Boys,
with some other tall
where
guys.
is the
You press and hold
gameplay?
the jump button.
Stop telling me what's going on, lads, and show me the gameplay,
Back out, you
boys.
kind of do this one awesome wingsuit move and then land, and you can actually do that out of the helicopter. If you just jump off the edge of a helicopter. So that's the basics of infiltration, wingsuiting with the parachute slowdown, and then the base jumping mechanics.
Got it. Let's talk items a little bit here. Sir Jimmy asks if there are different tiers of equipment such as backpacks and armor.
So there's a storage slot, and in the storage slot you actually have the only storage item we have today is the backpack. The backpack will take your inventory system and expand it from 5 slots to 10 slots. And then Chris and Gavin and I have
I
a
don't know how I
whole
feel
host
about
of
the
ideas
backpack,
about other types
but
of storage slots, like
we'll have
for
to
the
see what
future,
you can
like for
carry.
example, double up how much health you can stack, things of that nature, which I'm sure we'll get to, maybe even some of those before we ship the game. But in the beta, backpack, 5 more inventory slots, and then armor. Armor is a different slot. Armor is a dedicated slot. There are 3 types of armor. Level 3 armor being the best armor and offers headshot protection. Headshot protection. Headshot protection. I got it.
The only one with a helmet.
Yeah.
All right. kind of coming down the home stretch here.
Oh,
let's
dude,
kinda
there's
talk
the
about,
circle!
Let's talk about the map.
Oh,
And
that
we
actually
talked
is
a lot
crazy.
about how it's the largest.
1,500 nuke dogs.
So wait, A,
Nailed
B,
it.
C, D, E, F, G,
Biggest-
H.
Are we tired of that
So
yet?
that's what, 7?
No, I got a little more mileage out of that
No,
one.
that's
Yeah.
eight.
I think it's
8
2,500
squares. Oh, dude, that's actually
So
huge.
it's like there's
I
some
read that on the
classic,
internet.
there's some new, there's some zombies.
Dude, that's actually huge.
What's in store?
All right, Dan, which one of those you want to take?
Are we talking about weapons?
No, we were
Or
talking.
map?
No,
Map. Okay.
Jeez, one of them. I thought I was
think,
the one who was asleep.
You know,
Bro,
most
the
of
first circle is so
community
small.
has figured out based on piecing
Look how
together
small that
the
is.
map itself that's been released, and all
behind
the
us.
screenshots that have been released, plus the trailer and the footage from that. They've kind of figured out where everything
It's an
is
8
and
by
where all
8
the maps
map,
are
I
that are going
think,
to be
boys.
in the game. I'm
It's an
trying
8
to
by 8
think.
map.
There is one MP map that I think people will love from Black Ops 3 that they haven't figured out yet.
Yeah, it's unnamed.
I'm trying to decide if I should
no,
say it or not.
it's unnamed.
But I will say that it's right smack in the middle of the map, and it's not firing range because it's next to firing range.
So when we talk about the maps,
It's
we usually talk about them in terms
micro
of sort of
boys.
3 ways. We have sort of the new stuff.
Three
right?
ways?
This is stuff that we've never had before. That's construction side
Boys?
and fracking tower, right? Those two are good ones to represent new.
My dude looking at the map, he forgot.
The things that are inspired for multiplayer, so sort of classic kinds of things, like Estates. Estates is quite literally
That's Black
Raid
Ops 4 though.
and Stronghold, but then all the stuff around it. And we say classic, but expand it because it's not just firing range and it's not just Stronghold, because you could not get on the roofs of those maps. You could not go to the sides. There's entirely new rooms that you've never been in. And so that stuff is what makes it fun. It's like you pay homage to this really popular map from our legacy, but then you're like, oh, I'm not constrained by the game design rules of MP in the same way. In fact, I can't be, because I have to actually let you leave this place. So what does that even mean? Like, you don't really design the outside of Raid, other than, I mean, there's art and stuff, but you're not gameplay space. There's no gameplay space. Sure. So that's a classic. And then zombie stuff, some of it's inspired, right? The lighthouse, which is in the bottom corner of that map, which I tweeted about. There's also Asylum itself, and then there's the
My boy
boxing
don't
ring,
know
and
the
then there's,
zombie map
the
names.
diner. There's
Boxing
different
ring?
components of zombies places, and zombies spawn
shit,
in
that's
zombie
crazy.
destinations.
The Shadows of
and
Evil
only
boxing
zombie
ring.
destinations, because that's how zombies works. Just so you know, this is important information. Zombies
Water?
spawn in zombie destinations.
Dude, that's actually crazy.
Shocking.
So we'll give 2 hints for the community to chew on for the weekend.
Oh.
The one multiplayer map they haven't figured out
See
yet.
what you did there.
The one multiplayer map they haven't figured out, which I will say is just focus on the Rivertown area and see if you can figure out what that one is. And then
Come on, dog,
Nuketown
just say it.
is almost not even about Nuketown.
Yeah,
It's about the underground.
There's more that might
More
be
than meets
below
the
the
eye.
surface of that.
Mannequins are underground. Yeah, Game
Interesting.
Informer said that shit, dog.
No, I think.
Give us the
yeah, you can find that stuff on the
gameplay,
internet.
I've seen a lot
boys.
of it.
No.
There's a lot of stuff on the internet. All right, including the last 2 questions that
All
we've
right.
got from fans. X Strains wants to know: will there be classic or legacy weapons from World at
Will
War,
there be
Black Ops 1,
proximity
2,
chat,
in
dog?
the beta, or in the full game?
Yeah. Yeah. There's a classic World at War
There's
weapon.
one in particular.
Yeah.
One gun in particular.
I'm pretty sure that I'm getting trolled.
MG42, boys.
You're somewhat attached to.
MP40, MP40, dog.
Should we give
Something that
the
you're known for.
MP40, that's the
Became
MP40.
Their famous one
That's the
time
MP40.
World War based on a gun that he designed.
We can just leave it at that. K3 wants to know: how does progression work? Leveling up, prestiging leaderboards, etc. Do stats from beta carry over to the full game at launch?
take those in reverse order if you don't mind. So
Yep.
just to get it out of the way, stats won't carry from the beta to the full game.
Bitch.
And the reason why is we use the beta data, which is the stats, to make sure that we have the game tuned really well. So the game is developer tuning, and the real world
No way
and
that's
the
the
developer
PP,
world
dog. No
are
way.
never quite the same.
MP40.
So if you're only playtesting with the people you work with, the data, it's reflective of playtesting, but it's not reflective of, the hopefully billions of people who would like to play Blackout with us. Now,
It's a redwood.
on to
Actually, that's a good
progression.
answer.
Here's the macro level view of this thing. It's pretty simple, right? In Battle Royale inspired game modes like Blackout, the only way to progress these kinds of things is to eliminate other players from the game, aka kills, and actually place or get first place. So these are the two. It's kind of thing about Blackout. It's like it's really pretty pure, right? Doesn't really. I mean, a lot of stuff happens, but at the end, it's about being the last person or team standing. So if you do well, top 10, 15, 20. I think it's top 15 right now. And then placement, how well you do in the totality of the match, and then how many kills that you get, which means that you're contributing to the process of eliminating everybody. That's what you progress with, and it is a hard hard,
So it's
long
exactly
climb,
like
right?
Fortnite. It's exactly like Fortnite.
But you'll see your progress the whole way.
First.
It's not. It doesn't have the scoring system of multiplayer. So if you're a multiplayer guy, you're used to all the, ping pong, pinball, ping pong. I need to go home and sleep. ping pong.
Pinball.
Yeah, whatever. Leave me alone.
This guy actually
What
can't
about how you
think.
get characters?
Getting characters is the best part.
Quest,
So,
item quest. Yeah, we've heard
this
about this.
system is
in Game
really
Informer.
crazy cool.
Okay.
It is
so-
cool.
Every character,
As an
there are
item,
4 or 5. There are
specific
5
item
characters that you'll
in the
actually
map.
unlock by progressing, by winning, by eliminating other players. But beyond that, there's actually what we call the mission unlocks, right? I sometimes call them a quest on accident. I'm surely going to do it again. So, in order to start to unlock a character, you actually have to find that character's like major unlock item, whatever that is.
Yep.
So here's an example. If you find the war machine belongs to battery.
Yep.
So you take the war machine, and then you have to go out and eliminate players with the war machine. So doing very battery-like things. Just the simplest example. And then you take that, complete
you
those sort
finished
of
off
in-game
15.
quest objectives of eliminating players with the war machine, and then survive long enough into the game.
Yeah.
Then you'll unlock battery. So what's fascinating about this is you have to have that item. So like anything else in the world, it's like a weapon or an attachment. You have to have it. So if you die, you drop that. You drop that, someone else can get that and your war machine and go out. So that's the example that we commonly use because it's simple.
That's huge. It's
Others
actually sick.
are much more involved in that, right? The
Nobody's
zombie
ever done
characters,
something like
If
this.
you want
It's cool.
Rycrophon,
Well, some of them aren't even weapons. Some of them are just things that are going to take up an
Yeah,
inventory
that's
slot.
right. Yeah,
So
they-
you're sacrificing the inventory slot just to get the character.
yeah, because we don't, we don't put all the specialist content in there, but specialist gameplay content is in Blackout.
Apparently for
and it's
Richtofen
accessible
boys,
to
you gotta
all
get the
players, not just
summoning
some
key.
players. So you don't have to be
Apparently,
battery
that's
and Blackout
the
to
way
use
it
a war
works. It's just
machine.
crazy.
You can be me.
I'm gonna
Or you.
throw this
Maybe
down.
even
I
him.
didn't even notice that.
Probably not me. What about the rarity though? There's something. It's not like you're going to find war machines all over the map.
No,
you
you're-
got to get that
No.
through
Yeah,
certain means.
supply drops and supply stashes. So we have a stash. So again, if I call it a treasure chest, then you can blame me for saying it's a quest. But the supply stashes are effectively one way to find them, also from the care package. Now this is fun thing about Blackout. Because everything
Am I gonna
is
go for
not
every character?
loadable, like you
Absolutely,
cannot
dog.
equip
24-hour
and
stream,
load
day
out
one.
before you go into the game, like
Let's get it.
multiplayer, and you have to find everything in the world. Then the rarity of things is completely within our control, right? And not everything has to be of equal power band because I can control how often and rare that it is, right? So what we'll do is we'll light this up. We'll light this up and we'll say, hey, we're going to let you find a little more war machines or a little less war machines or no war machines or there's one war machine per match. Good luck,
Yeah, really
right?
big count.
So this is why the beta data is so important, to come back to the original question, because I need to kind of understand how often these things are coming up in the real world, and then we can use that to inform when we unleash and put unlock availability into the world in the first place, so you can go do the missions.
And to those who are worried about the war machine and gameplay balance, the world is littered with trophy systems, and I will say that when you first see a trophy system in this
Interesting.
a game mode like this, you're like, well, that's really situational. I don't see the value of that. I'm not going to take up my inventory slot. But they are super powerful in the end game, especially in the last circle.
Super powerful.
Yeah,
stage.
with like
Rain grenades on
helicopters
the
and
finals.
shit. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
get your trophy system, hold on to it. That's what I would recommend till the end of the match.
And there's apparently like flashbangs in this as well. Hell yeah,
Perhaps
I totally agree.
just sort of down the home stretch here, just sort of wrapping up. Talk to us a little bit about what support looks like through the beta and Blackout post-launch.
Yeah.
What's the intention here?
Oh man, so there's a whole procedure, process, flow set up. The guys took me through it last night, and we're going to be super busy. So, in fact, you personally,
24-hour streams come on YouTube and Twitch,
be
boys.
very actively involved in said procedure or process.
I have to write a few words.
Yeah.
I expected nothing less.
It's all hands on deck, right? The beta's like coming to, we're grinding out those days. I suspect we'll probably roll updates every morning, depending on
Yeah.
how things go.
Apparently, they're going to be
And then
updating
we'll
this game as
communicate
much
with
as
you, just like we
Fortnite.
did on the
Like, that's what
multiplayer beta.
Vonner said in Game Informer. That's
Which was
crazy.
a good practice run, I think, for everybody on getting everybody warmed up on how to do that. And the live ops team here at Treyarch, they're ready to go. And we're the
Feel like
design team will be
gameplay's
right
coming
there,
up,
and we're ready to
boys.
go. And what we do and what order we do it in. We're going to work to communicate as transparently as they let us.
Are in my stream
Well, I
Spider-Man
think
today after this.
People
Yeah.
already saw from the
I'm just gonna
multiplayer beta
continue.
that we are as open as we can possibly be. We're trying to make sure that this is a dialogue with the community, that we're not going to be able to respond to every single piece of feedback because there's literally thousands, maybe tens of thousands.
Yeah, tens of thousands.
But you look for the themes that bubble up, which I think our community has figured out that if they talk enough about something, then that's something we'll respond to. So
absolutely,
it kind of it also it's you look at what the hot topics are in the community, and you pair that with the data that we're watching on the back end to kind of understand how is how much of this is emotion and how much of it is gameplay balance, and what are the changes that we need to make. And sometimes players have the right idea for how to fix things. Sometimes they might just be skipping past the problem and going to a solution, but we have to dissect that, reverse engineer the problem, get back to that problem, and figure out what's the right solution. So it's a process.
It's a beta, and I know right now, we all know that there's certain things that are in the beta that
imagine playing as Mom and Dad crew. I can see it.
On still, and we'll work on
I
still.
can see it,
not
boys.
everything that's in the game that will be in the beta. Is everything that we could, for sure. But more to come. There's still iteration. So you do things in passes, for lack of a better term. You get the after action report or the combat record. You get it so far, and then you have to go back to it. So it's tough for me. It's very tough for me to play the game, and because all I see are all the things that we still need to do. But it's a super fun game. Everyone has fun playing it, and let's go. Why can't we? Let's do this.
But the beta is just also a dry run for us to as the game launches. This is the process of how this game is going to go. We're going to
show us
listen
some
to the
gameplay,
fans. We're going
dogs.
to take all the problems, fix them. We're going to introduce new solutions. We're going to introduce new content. We're going to grow it. Vaughn said in the Game Informer interview, which I love this quote, which is that launch is halftime. Launch is
really
the.
is.
Here comes the
launch is
football
halftime.
analogies. Welcome to NFL football.
That's
season.
a good.
time for the
That's a
football
good analogy though, because the game's life is going to be dictated on the updates,
All
not
right,
the
beta
launch.
starts Monday, first on PS4. Closing thoughts for people who are jumping in on Monday.
Show us some gameplay,
Listen,
boys.
let's go. Like we got work to do. We're standing by. This is a game mode made for our fans. I mean, so many people
excited,
asked.
dog.
So many people asked. And it's something different for us. And we still have a lot to learn. And we can't wait to work with you to figure out what that looks like.
Don't not show gameplay.
Have fun. That's it. Have fun.
Show us
Make lots of videos. We love
gameplay.
watching
Come
videos.
on,
Yeah.
boys.
All right.
Super helpful.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, our friends at Activision are going to be rolling the hashtag COD Top Plays again. So make sure to submit those. We'll be keeping an eye out for them. And then on that note, thank you for tuning in. We will see you online on Monday on PS4 for the start of the Blackout beta.
Stop.
Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.
Stop. No stop. No stop. No stop. That's it? Dude, I'm a... What the fuck, dogs? Are you kidding? Are y'all shitting me right now, boys? We waited all that time. Lads, okay, listen up, boys, listen up. The Game Informer interview that came out yesterday was more informational than this. What the hell was that? There was literally nothing else left. That was it. Are you kidding me?
See you online on Monday on PS4 for the start of the Blackout beta. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.
Dog, I am so sad. Not even a screenshot? Not even a screenshot, boys. I'm about to cry, dude. I'm about to cry. Dude, I'm so sad, dude. I'm playing something sad right now, boy, for the boys. Let's play something sad for the boys. We're playing a sad song right now, boys. I'm very sad. I'm very sad. I'm sad, lads.
Where them girls at? We wanna party, just drinking Bacardi. These girls acting naughty, them shots off the bodies. I like my shorties looking nice with the tight waist, the bright face when I know she got a nice cake, a nice smile that'll make a nigga act wild. I make
Well,
these
lads.
girls look rich, I'm the golden child.
I guess that's it. I'm sad.
We in here, turn up with them bitches. We in here, burn up with my bitches. We in here,
Well, boys,
turn up with them bitches.
I guess that's it for YouTube.
In here, burn up,
I'm a sad boy.
bitches.
Thank you for coming out. YouTube chat. I'm gonna be streaming Spider-Man on Twitch still, so I'm a sad boy. I'm a sad man. I'm sad, but anyways, thank you, boys, on YouTube. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe,
Maybe you could come too. I'll take you around and we cruise and show you just how
and
we
I'm
do.
sad, boys.